All right, guys, we're going to get started. Thank you very much for tuning in to the system sessions where I'm covering just a little bit about how to set up a Google business page and some information around a Google business page. If you guys, like some of you might know and be pretty familiar with how to do a Google business page, but for any of our new agents or new people in the company, this training is definitely for you if you're not too familiar with how to do that process. So, this training will go pretty quick because it doesn't take long. So I just want to show you real quickly how to access Google Business and how to start setup for your Google Business account. And you can do this a couple different ways. So on Google, so when you open up Google Chrome, you'll be, on your Google screen, and you can either go up here to this box of dots and find business profile here. Or what you can do is you can come up to these dots, and if you don't see business profile, you can scroll down to more from Google and find it there. And then lastly, the last thing you can do is you can physically Google My Business, and it will pull it up that way by just selecting Google My Business from the search results. Now from here, you can, sorry, one second, getting Brenda in here. You can sign in, and then it will take you to your business profile manager. Now, if you guys do not have a Google business account set up yet under your Google profile, couple things with that. So first of all, you want to make sure that you're signed in to Google with whatever Gmail you plan on using for your business. So it's all layered and tied together. So before you start this process, make sure you're signed into whatever Google email address you want to use for that Google business. So it's all tied together. So again, the way you can double check that is just go up here and hit your profile picture and just make sure that that Gmail account that you're using is the correct one that you would like to use. If not, just sign in and again, go through the search results either by hitting that box of dots or Googling Google My Business, and it'll take you to this page. Now, the next thing I want to say is if you don't already have a business account set up, it will automatically take you to this page where you start developing and setting up that business page. Because I'm an admin for our company, I have a couple set up on the back end. So it'll take you to that business manager page from my page just because it is already set up. So here we're gonna just start setting up a Google business page. I'm gonna do just like a generic example. It's really just about 6 or 7 steps. It's pretty simple to do. So what you want to start doing is it just says find and manage your business. So you want to start typing your business name. So that could be whatever your business name is. I'm just going to do XYZ Properties for this example. It also says can't find your business, and it says add your business to Google. So this is assuming that, you don't have anything on Google yet for your business. So we just want to go ahead and hit add your business to Google. So again, we're going to type in XYZ Properties, whatever that business name is for you. And then you're going to select a business category. Now, I always start by typing in real estate. And since you all are agents, I would just type in real estate agents. They have a couple other options, as you can see, like real estate agency, school, attorney, appraiser, developer. There's lots of stuff in here. I would just pick the one that is most applicable to you, whether that be real estate agent if you're a primary agent. Maybe it's agency if you're running a team. One of those two should work for you. So I would just select one of those that apply. The next thing you're going to do is just hit next. And then it asks you, do you want to add a location customers can visit, like a store or office? Well, because we all have offices within our company, we're going to hit yes and hit next. And then it's going to ask us what our address is. Now, when I've talked to Jeff and Jason about this, when setting up a Google page for your real estate business, we ask that you utilize the main office address unless you are a team that's obviously off-site. I know Bill Morgan's team is like that. They were on the call here with us. So you could use that Red Robin Resort address. Camdenton agents could probably use our Camdenton address, but we'd like to advertise with our main office address. So I would try to go for the main office address and advertise that way, just to be kind of compliant. So add that and hit next. Just to go back to one other thing about addresses, once the address is verified, the location is verified, you can add different locations underneath. So like say you're a primary agent who goes to both of our offices. Once your business is verified, which we'll get into in a second, you can add that additional location and have both the main office and the Camdenton location as your addresses as well. So just know that it doesn't stop with this setup. This just gives you the fundamentals, and then you can go in and edit your Google business page a little bit deeper with lots more information. And we'll cover a little bit more about that here in a second. So then it's going to ask you, is this your business? So it's going to, pull from Google on those search results. And you can see we have like Dennis Hansen, Ebby and George, Signature Realty Group. It's just asking if any of those are relatable to your business or the same ones. We're going to select none of those because obviously ours is its own entity. We want it to stand out similar to how theirs are standing out. So we're just going to hit none of those. And then it says, do you provide deliveries or home and office visits? I would probably put yes, just because you're going to be meeting with customers. You don't really deliver anything. So you can go yes or no with this. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you on that particular profile question. I'm going to just hit no for that. And then it asks for contact information. So again, your phone number, if you have a current website URL. So again, if you're a new agent, what I highly recommend and what we train with onboarding and initial setup is going on GoDaddy and purchasing a URL, just because the URL that our Lead Street website or Remax website provides us is really long. So for example, it could be like Kaylin Banks at Midstates-Remax. I can't even remember exactly what it is, but it is a really long URL. So we coach our agents to just get one. You can get one from GoDaddy for fairly cheap. And you want to, incorporate that in this business setup. So again, just type in your phone number and then whatever that domain is that you've purchased. If you have purchased one, again, not required, but you want your business to be visible and easily accessible. So I would just highly recommend getting a URL for as cheap as it is. So properties. So it could be, something like that, xyzproperties.com, whatever your business name is, .com. And you can also pick, I don't have a website as well, and add it later after you get a URL. So you can do it that way too. Or you can hit skip. So enter your contact information, hit next. Just thinking. Okay, and now it's just asking that we've been verified, we can manage our property on the Google business page, and that my account or your account that you have created under will be the only one authorized to make changes and verify. So just hit next. And now it's asking you to add services. So again, you can do, it'll have that category that we originally selected. So real estate agents. If you want, you can do custom services. So maybe that would be let's just see what pops up. You could do commercial real estate. You could do real estate investing, different things that incorporate into your business of what different target areas that you would like to focus on. So you could pick in different services and add them down here by just adding customer service or adding custom service. These work really well for the backend algorithms of Google and how the search results feed. So the more that you could kind of layer in here, the more that you're going to be visible on a Google search. So don't be afraid to add a little bit more to that custom service. You can also hit skip for now and add those later once your business page is verified through Google. Either way. Then it's going to ask for your business hours. So I personally, when I work with agents to set up these personally, we have each of these marked open. And then again, whatever hours you're comfortable with. Now we can put in the office hours that we have at each location, or you could put in custom hours for yourself, whether that be like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., however you want to be visible there. But just work it the way that you would like, keeping in mind your schedule and the way that you would like to manage your time. So whatever office hours you would like there. And again, you can also skip this and do it later. You can add messaging. I highly encourage this because, again, it works with your Google Analytics and like your reviews and stuff with clients. So when they Google you and Google your business and find you on Google, they'll have an option to send you a message and you can personally interact with them just through the Google platform. So I would probably keep this on if it were me. And again, you can skip this and go back to it too if you would like. You can also turn on call history. It lets you see info about customers who have called your business through Google. I personally turn this on too, just for back-end analytics more than anything. If anybody were to find your business on Google and call from there, it will track people who click on that number on their cell phone and have it dial you. So again, just for back-end and tracking, I would personally turn it on and just have that so you can see where your business is coming from, or if it did in fact come from Google and how that worked. So just for back-end algorithms, I would turn that on. And then you can do a business description. Again, don't feel like you have to get all of this information in here at once. Keep in mind there's only 750 characters allowed, so keep it a little small. What I coach agents to do is to layer this again with kind of the description that they have on their website or a description that they have on their Facebook business page. Layer all of those descriptions with the same wording, because again, it will only feed you higher on a Google search result. So all of that, working with maps and the business profile and Google all works with those keywords. So if it's all layered together, then when somebody Googles your business page, it should pop up with your Google search result, your Google page, and then maybe your website, your Facebook page, different things, because all of that wording is identical or matching. So that's just how that works. And then again, adding photos. Highly encourage everybody to add photos of their business page as much as you can, whether that be the office space, a picture of the outside office, some of your marketing material, whatever. Again, all working with those back-end algorithms. The more that you can feed and beef up your Google page, the more it's going to work for you and have you be visible to other people searching. So again, I would add photos if you can. And then you also get, Google gives incentives for people who start a Google business page. So you'll get 500 in free advertising credit, which is pretty cool, which means that you can run Google ads through a simple feature of Google. And that's really nice because it gives you some cost advantage and allows you to be visible. When you run a Google ad, it's similar to how you boost a Facebook post. So it's something that runs in the background, and anybody that's searching on their phone or any type of device for specific real estate needs, whether that be a real estate agent, a real estate business, anything like that, your ad should pop up or be triggered for them to see it because of those back-end algorithms, keywords, different things like that. So again, free advertising credit for you to run some ads when you want to get more visibility to your business. Pretty cool. And then it says your business profile is almost ready. We can hit continue. And now it puts us through our business page that we have created on Google. So what I want to do now is I just want to go back in to my Google page, and you can see that it has been added and is processing. What's happening now on the back end, I'm going to go ahead and delete this though, because I don't want it to process, because obviously it's just a mock example. But what happens when it's processing after that? Sorry, it's thinking. 1 second. So what's happening after, while it's processing or in that processing status, is it's verifying that business. So Google's going in and they're looking at the information that you provided to make sure that it is legitimate. And the way that they do that is they send you like a postcard via the mail is usually their default option. And you can go in when you get that postcard, and usually, guys, it takes a while to get that postcard. Sometimes it can take up to a month, I've seen, maybe even 2 weeks. So don't get discouraged if you don't get it right away. But in that postcard, it'll give you a code, and then you'll go back into your Google business page and input that code. And that's the way that Google verifies your address, location, and information on that. So just know that that's a part of the process, and it does take a little bit to get that postcard. Any changes that you make as far as editing or adding to your business page, that can also take up to about 60 days to process. So don't be discouraged if you don't see any changes or added information right away, because Google does a pretty good job of just taking their time and going in and making sure it's all accurate in the way that you want it and that it's verified. So that's a little note I like to throw out about Google business pages. As you can see on my page, now that I have been set up and verified, this is kind of what it looks like. These are our Remax pages, just as examples, but you can see the statuses are verified. You can come into this pencil option to edit anything that you want as far as your business. You can come in and add photos, and you can also do a post. Now, the post feature is a new feature from Google that I really wanted to talk about in this class, because I have not had a chance to personally use it, but I plan to in 2021. And what's cool about it is when you hit add post, you could take something from your Facebook business page, for example, that you have done for a post, whether that be just, current value, market information, or any post in general. And you can come in here and add it to your Google page as well. And again, making it layer on all of your platforms for better search results. And it also gives you the ability to just showcase to your consumers on Google that you are, actively posting, you're putting out good, valuable information, you're being that professional in the local market, and, just throwing information out there that might be relevant to somebody who might be looking at your Google business page. So that's a pretty cool feature that I definitely wanted to pinpoint. Any questions so far before I just kind of cover real quickly some ways to optimize your Google business page? Okay, awesome. So I just want to go back to this article, and if you guys would like me to, I can share this article with you. Just shoot me an email and I will share that with you. In fact, I'll bookmark it now in case you guys want it, just as it's really good step-by-steps on just how to create your page and different things that you can do with your page if you want just a quick little something to help set up it when you get that far. Some other things that I want to point out that Google gives you as features is, again, this is information on how to add, multiple locations. So you can do that. And it gives you instructions for that in case, you want to market with both offices underneath you, or your team office and the main office, however you would like to do that. But you can add multiple locations now. It asks this question: can you turn off Google reviews for your business? Google does not turn off the reviews for your listing. And that's basically because managing reviews is really important. And the more reviews that you have, the more that you're going to be seen on Google. So Google really wants you to be able to utilize the review option, share that on your social medias and across all platforms, get as much reviews as you can, because it will really give you a return off of those. You can also mark your business and locations temporarily closed. Should you, maybe be transitioning, setting up a team or something like that, you can pause your Google business, edit it, make it work for you that way. And then these are just 8 ways to optimize your Google business that I wanted to cover really quickly. So the first one is just make sure you fill out your whole profile as much as possible. So any questions that it's asking you underneath that edit feature, go and try to fill in. So whether that be your website, your hours, your description, the differences like holiday hours, whether you're closed or open then, anything that you can use that they have a field for, I would try to input, because the more beefed up it is, the more that you're going to be found. Also, again, photos. So the more photos that you can add, the more that it adds to that value, the more that you'll be found from photos as well. I would definitely cross-reference again with layering. If you have anything specific on like your Facebook or your LinkedIn, any of those other profiles, layer it onto your Google business page if possible. You can also, like I said, post news updates and special offers through that post feature. Here was an example that they had about just, a coffee cafe that, did a post and they're doing like special drinks or something and you can sign up. That's just an example of something that you could do. If you're doing like a giveaway or something, for your clients, that might be something that I would post. Or if you have special hours or you're going to a ribbon cutting or inviting them to something, just anything at all, I would try to layer that and post on your Google business page as well. And then again, you can add special features and attributes. So, like we were talking about earlier, any accessibility. So if you're handicap accessible, if you offer Wi-Fi, if that Wi-Fi is free or you have to pay for it, just any information that goes into those attributes, I would definitely beef up as well because it all works with those keyword backend algorithms. And it gives you step-by-step instructions on how to access those and how to add those. And then lastly, again, we spend a lot of time talking about just encouraging others to leave Google reviews. If you follow my Facebook group called the Growth Thrive Inspire group, I did do a post last week on just how to share your Google review link from your Google business page and posting it on other platforms. I think that there's also a way that you can put that link on your website, but don't quote me on that. I'd have to play with it with you, but we could definitely look into it. But again, just trying to layer that link and asking your clientele for reviews is going to work remarkable for you and get you more views and more people driving to that Google business page. So that's about it that I can think of for a Google business page. Obviously, if you guys need any one-on-one help, and would like me to, I'd be more than happy to come sit with you and work on just getting you set up and making sure that it's all correct. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me. So thanks so much for watching and coming to the class, guys.